But at the end, even somewhere in California, sometimes the marketing side is stronger than the production side. So you see some aberration, some
Sure.
which not happen because the French AVA, because you have this regulation. So when you see some Gewürztraminer in pastorables, you say, maybe it's not the best place to grow Gewürztraminer. Maybe it's a bad example, but it can be a good example.
Yeah, maybe
But
good.
at least, I will say, me, I like, when it's the customer who make finally at the end the role. So you're good.
Sure.
You have somewhere the award from that.
I've been watching the Paso Robles appellation struggle for
You were
20
from
years.
The beginning, you.
From before the latest round, which seems to be going somewhere. But I'm not a guy to join boards and become, but I like to think about it. So for me, the point has always been the same: is at the end of the day, you don't have to make a rule saying this side, that side, here. The rule will be made by the buying public, who, for some reason, everybody's buying wine from this region of Paso Robles.
And this guy or this guy more than the other one.
Why is that? Because the terroir is better, the climate is better.
Yeah.
And beyond that, people, Stephan Asseo, the Perrin family that I work for, whoever are buying property in this region. Why are they buying? Because they know this region. So I think in the end it works itself out by
it's
by
longer.
people's
It's
taste.
longer. It's longer.
Of course it's longer.
And we have to go across more turn like that.
And then in the appellation like Bordeaux, you save some time, but at the end you reach a point where you're stuck. Now you're.
And I agree with that. I was elected, and I was proud about that, because after somewhere just 12 years living in Paso Robles, even I came a little bit after you, but somewhere we were in the same wagon. We started. We were really at the beginning.
Well, I made my return the same year.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. But somewhere I think that we put our small input somewhere in the evolution of Paso. And so when I was elected like a director in the board director of the local association,
you were a director here?
For 2 years.
Should never been allowed, I don't think.
You have to eventually tell them that you will be interested. But somewhere, I did my 2 years, and it was my point, me, eventually. So first, two sides. To go back to the discussion we had. On one hand, when I see all the people who go in the wrong direction, I had the temptation to bring some guide somewhere, so regulation.
You become the appellation.
So, and I say, oops, be careful, Stephan, you escape from that. So shut your mouth, let people live their lives, they will make mistakes. If they are not too stupid by themselves, they will understand that they have more to go in this direction than this one. And I'm still believing in that. On the other side, I was naive because I saw that somewhere, and it's where I was good. Eventually, I will be able to bring something more on the production side of the organization. Mm-hmm. And finally, I discovered that this kind of organization, and it's very important to have one because you have to fight in the day-to-day, were more important on the political side to be always aware and eventually fight against the regulation about some technocrat who always put regulation, who go against us, etc., etc. So that's a big part of the work of the local association. Plus after, which is for me not my favorite one, but especially after 14 years in America, I understood that maybe it's the most important, is all the marketing side, And I will say individually, if nobody know you, you die. But I think at least also at the level of the appellation, you need to work on that because when we arrived together at the end of the 90s, nobody knew about Paso Robles. And if they knew about Paso Robles, it was more like a fruit production area, or it was not fantastic. Okay. Even I met some people in the trade business, they didn't know, they never heard about Paso Robles. So however, my point was to say that this kind of association also has to work on the marketing side to make Paso more known.
Sure.
Even they need us producer.
To dispute your point just a little.
Yeah.
Okay. I understand what you're saying, and of course, marketing is a huge part of our industry, and whether we like it or not, blah blah blah, is necessary. However, that's not the only thing that has changed since before and present. The wines of Paso Robles, quality-wise, between when I began in 1990 and today, is huge.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that you're here and making your wines in...
Yeah, but we are not alone. We have few other guys
Tablas Creek and Lene Calado, you can name. So everything has grown. And you can't...
And especially the quality.
You can blah, blah, blah and market all you want.
If you market shit,
but if the wine is
lost.
shit...
No, I agree.
You win nothing.
No. Yeah. No, I was just speaking about my limited action
well, it has
when
to
I
be.
was...
It has to be a combination.
I completely agree. Because you can be the best salesperson in the world. If you sell shit, you make one deal, but you don't do 5 deals. So.
Yeah, selling a case is one part. It's the other 12 bottles that's important. Yeah.
You know, moving to something else, but we stay in that. Me, I liked, honestly, you know, I'm very proud to be, to arrive, because it was a hazard, you know, but to arrive somewhere at the beginning of the story of Paso Robles. So I was not a pioneer like eventually the Perrin family, Justin, Gary Eberle, or those guys, you know, but we are just after that. And Paso, like we said, was still not on the map, you know. And 14 years after, to look at somewhere what we achieved. And I say we, because it's a community work, few individuals who helped more than the other one. And to feel part of that, especially like you said, at the beginning we started, why you came, you left Bordeaux to end up to a middle of nowhere in Paso Robles. It's what I was looking for. So I was looking the adventure, start from scratch, I found a terroir and I felt it. I knew that it was good.
Well, and this is partially my point, is you didn't come here because it was the middle of nowhere. You came here because it was the middle of nowhere
I found the terroir. Yes, that's the basement of everything.
Same with the Perrin.
Yeah.
You know, same decision they made.
But it was a big adventure, completely
independently, which is important to note because people think you French guys all know each other.
I didn't know about them. Yeah,
first time I met you was in the cellar at Beaucastel.
I'm from Bordeaux, they're from Rhône. Huh?
Yeah, I met you in Beaucastel first time, remember?
Yeah.
1997.
I like your stories. I like your gun. Shooting out cob tires sounds like loads and loads of fun. But in my room, wish you were dead. You roll like a baby in a razor head.
Come to see us in Paso. Fuck, I put wine everywhere.